Glenn Robertson, and I'm with the young, up-and-coming jazz guitarist, Timothy Ehrenreich. Normally, I interview older musicians for the African Musicians Trust, but I really felt in my heart that I should interview Timothy. Timothy is 18 years old, and I'm going to ask him a little bit about who he is, where he comes from, when he started, who his musical influences are, and what his aspirations are, because the African Musicians Trust exists to honor the fathers of jazz, the mothers and fathers of jazz, but also to provide a platform for the younger artists. Timothy is one of those younger guitarists, and Timothy, tell us a little bit about where you come from, when you started, when you took an interest in the guitar, and when you started, and your musical influences in the beginning.
Well, basically my musical journey started in 2011, at the age of 11, under Ubuntu, which you are familiar with.
Yes, Natasha
There I
taught
met
me.
Royston Skippers, Rodney Adonis, and who later became my musical mentors as well and teachers. So then I had fallen in love with the guitar, and Rodney introduced me to a wide spectrum of jazz music, which was the likes of George Benson, Lee Rittenauer, Earl Klugh. Those are basically my influences, and that is where I later developed my sound from.
Wonderful. And Timothy, you started, I mean, I met you when you were 16, which was 2 years ago, and you had your 16th birthday party here at Kaleidoscope. Since then, you've been here playing with the Glenn Robertson Jazz Band, which I'm sure you're going to talk about a little bit later on. But why the guitar for you? What was it about the guitar that interested you?
Oh, that's quite a controversial one. Well, my dad played guitar, so...
Derek. Okay.
So the guitar was always there. I mean, my grandfather as well. In fact, my grandfather was the very first one to show me my first few chords on the guitar.
That's right.
So, yeah, I took to the love of the guitar from family. It was there. In fact, I wanted to play drums first.
Really?
And I joined the Ubuntu music, yes. But it just so happened that they never had a drum lecturer.
Okay.
And that is when I took to the guitar. I mean, I had to, and my dad was playing guitar, my brother. So that motivated me as well, and I just instantly fell in love with it.
That's amazing. Well, I mean, I've been playing with you for the past 2 years, and I am blown away by your ability, your knowledge, your understanding, and your incredible ear. Because I think that is one of the things that you don't. I mean, you can read music, a little bit of reading, but you're going to study further to develop that. But your ear is absolutely amazing. And is that just because you grew up in a family where there was music?
Yes, I would say so. As well as, look, I live and breathe music. So basically, I go to bed listening to music. Music is just...
In your blood?
In my blood, yes.
What was your first chord? Play us your first chord that you learned.
Just basic bar chords. E minor, C, A, D. Yeah, those what they call craze.
Yeah, because there your grandma said that he still only plays three chords.
Three chords, yes.
Okay, that's very interesting. And so you started started playing with the Glenn Robertson Jazz Band. Who are your local influences? I mean, who are the guitarists that really influence you locally?
So many. Looking at Jimmy Dludlu, the late Errol Dyers.
Can you play something? Can you play something of Jimmy Dludlu?
Absolutely.
Point of view.
Point of view. So yes, I've been listening to Jimmy Dludlu, local. That is whom I fell in love with. Errol Dyers, like Errol Dyers.
Let's hear something from Errol Dyers.
The very sugar shake.
Now, Tim, you come from Mitchell's Plain. You're at Mondale. Is it Mondale High School? And you are doing your final year now.
Final matric, yes.
And how are you finding that? Truthfully, I mean, we're talking about young people who are at school at the moment. How are you finding school?
Good question. I mean, I'm basically living a faster lifestyle, so to say, to be honest. So, look, as young as I am, I've got Friday nights, I've got weekends packed. So,
with gigs, yeah.
With gigs. So being a young student on high school, I don't normally find enough time, so to say, to sit with books, because music is basically taking over. That's my passion, that's all I want to do, so
yeah.
It's quite tough. I mean, sure, waking up on a Monday, start that.
So if history and geography and maths were taught to music, you'd be an A student, right?
Absolutely.
We understand. I said to Timothy the other day, I think we have a lot of similarities in that I also was very passionate about drama at the time, about music at the time. Soccer was one of my burning passions and desires. And so I couldn't wait for school to be finished. I couldn't wait for me to be out of matric. And in fact, that is what happened. When I finished matric, I failed matric I failed matric at Salt River High. And then my uncle said to me, come up to Durban, you don't know anybody. And I went to Beshe College. That's where I started music. I started singing with a Langarm band called the Savoys Unlimited. And I met wonderful musicians, Yubi Duval, Bernard Pavitt, Kevin Pavitt, the Pavitt brothers, Dennis Duchesne, Kurt Eaglehoff, whole lot of Durbanites, and they were all musical. They were all either involved in drama or they were involved in music. And so that was where my passion started. And the plan was that I was going to come back for the December holidays and then go back to Durban to go and study drama at Durban University of KwaZulu-Natal. But I came back to Cape Town and I couldn't see myself going back to Cape Town and going back to Durban and staying there for 3-4 years and studying. So I looked for a job and I obviously started working. But like you, I started my first band, which was Stitch, then Airborne, then Tony Shoulder Trio, then back to Airborne. And so, Timothy, you are here with us at Kaleidoscope. I believe that God has put you here for a season, for now. I believe that He's put me in your life as a mentor, as a father figure, just to help you and guide you and counsel you. But I do believe that God has got amazing things for you. Now, your plans after matric, you plan to go to?
UCT.
Did you go for your...
Absolutely, about this Saturday.
This Saturday?
Saturday, yes.
But you're going to fly. You're definitely going to get into university, man.
Hope so.
No, you will. And who's auditioning you?
Well, that depends. That's normally Amanda Tiffin, Mike Rossi, those guys.
Okay, not Daryl Andrews?
Yes, well, Daryl Andrews.
He's the guitar lecturer, right? Okay, and I think, look, I think they're going to be very impressed with you. I personally feel that they will be impressed with you. And then, now we're looking far ahead, but beyond UCT, I would love to see you go to either Berkeley or one of those universities, go and study there and go and really grow and grow in the area of not only your guitar, but music production, music education, etc., etc. And then, God willing, come back and come and impart what you've learned. Now, you've been playing with the Glenn Robertson Jazz Band, and you've been playing here at Kaleidoscope, and the people love you here. How do you feel about being here, and how do you feel about the Friday nights and I'm talking about like the Pamela Reagan Petersons and the Rogers and the Marias and all of them. They love you and they will support you in anything that you do.
No, I love this place. I mean, this is what I look forward to every Friday night.
Yeah.
I love the atmosphere. Every Friday, basically getting to perform with you every musician in Cape Town, yeah, the experiences, the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've met some amazing
Yes, no.
musicians. You've played with some amazing musicians as well. You've also met the great George
Yes.
Benson. Tell us how that came about. Rashid
Wow.
Lombard was a part. Tell us about that.
What an experience. I mean, my mom dreamt actually. I mean, I was still very much, I didn't know what to expect. My mom told me, she woke up with a dream one day that, hey Timmy, you're going to meet George Benson. And hey, I didn't think it was possible. You know
Yes.
what I mean? But dreams do come true.
Absolutely.
And what an experience. I mean, I'm still in awe.
So- So you went to which hotel was it?
The table bay.
To the Table Bay Hotel. He was staying there,
Staying.
and Rashid set up a meeting.
Yes, yes.
And so your whole family went, and you've got pictures and everything. And what did George Benson say to you?
Oh, well, he was impressed. I mean, that was his first impressions of me. He believed that, he told me that with the guitar, you know, go and make money. With music, go and, yeah, empower yourself. And one thing I could take from him was that play with conviction. You know what I mean? Yes.
So did you jam with him?
Absolutely.
What did
yes.
you guys play? Play what you guys play. What did you play together?
So many, one of his favorites. Affirmation.
That is still one of my favorite George Benson albums.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you 18 years old, you started at the age of 11, you've got a whole life ahead of you. And I hope that you get into UCT. I hope that you concentrate, you get through it, and not only get through it, you get through it with flying colors. And I hope that you go and study further, that you one day, like Jonathan Butler is now. We didn't talk about Jonathan. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jonathan is going to watch this video clip. What would you like to say to Jonathan Butler?
That is one of my biggest inspirations. I mean,
And I believe
yes.
that one day you're going to play with Jonathan Butler.
Oh, one day.
So what would you like to say to Mr. Jonathan Butler?
Well, that I love his music. I mean, what an inspiration. That is one Cape Town musician that has just flown over to the US, and that's one guy I admire. Absolutely. Yes.
Now when Jonathan was singing and playing guitar and percussion with Tony Schilder at the time, and when Jonathan went overseas to go and, I think he was working with Billy Ocean in the UK. That was in the beginning. So I got an opportunity to go and sing with Tony Schilder. So I do believe that you are going to meet him, you are going to play with him one day, even when he's old and grey. Not that he's old and grey now, but you know, there's I think there are guys that would love to have you up on stage with him, and just to be able to say, you know, here's a young man, just like Jonathan, came from 7th Avenue, Athlone. Here is Timothy, who comes from Mitchell's Plain, and he's really, really flying the South African flag. Play a song from Jonathan Butler that he would enjoy. Wow. All right, so if you are out there, this is a young man from Mitchell's Plain, Cape Town, South Africa. He's a member of the African Musicians Trust. If you would like to support Timothy Ehrenreich, then I'm putting the challenge out to you. I'll post the address and the banking details of the African Musicians Trust. If you can support this young man to get through UCT, first, second, third, how many years? 3 years?
3 years.
3 years, and then help him to get to Berkeley College of Music. You know, Tom Lurum is coming out here, nice jazz guitarist as well. Tom Lurum, Jonathan Butler, George Benson, all of you guys out there, this is a young man with amazing talent. He's 18 years old, he's got his head screwed on. Besides playing on a Friday night, he's here on a Sunday morning to play in the worship band at church. So he's got 1 foot in the church, he's got 1 foot playing out in jazz venues. I would like to challenge you, support Timothy Ehrenreich. If you'd like to support him financially, you write to us, the African Musicians Trust, or put money into the bank account, and all you do is say Timothy. Alright, so your reference is Timothy, and if it's pounds, dollars, rands, whatever it is, it's going to go back to Timothy for his studies so that he may accomplish that which God has called him to do. Thank you very much. Come and join up at the African Musicians Trust.
Friday night.
And Friday night, don't forget Friday. Tell him about Friday night.
Come on, man. Come around Friday night. Play the Robertson Jazz Band.
And we've got a lovely young singer, also a young singer by the name of Kim van der Ventel. She's going to be singing with us. Come and support us on Friday nights at Kaleidoscope Cafe. Join up with the African Musicians Trust. Thank you so much. Thank you, Timothy.
Thank you.